Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to the Excavation of Hob's Barrow. And in the last episode, guys, we searched Bewley for any sign of Kenneth and could not find any trace of Thomasina's assistant. However, we did find a feuding brother and sister, and we went on a retrieval mission to find the little girl's doll. And not only did we find the doll, we also had a flashback to Thomasina's father giving her a hard dose of reality at a very young age. So we can definitely see how Thomasina ended up the way she did. But we do have the doll and a hairpin, which I'm thinking we may be able to use to get through the lock at the postmaster's door. So we've got some buildings out here too. Should we go ahead and check these out before we head back?
The moors stretch into the distance. I don't wish to wander aimlessly.
Well, I just want to go to these two houses. But that's fair. Alrighty. Kind of curious if anything's going to get in our way. Doesn't look like it, though. Now, should we go ahead and wash the ragdoll in the little river first?
No, that's not it.
Okay, never mind. Maybe that's Jane's responsibility.
I present to you Myrtle.
Myrtle! I missed you so much.
Now, I believe we had a deal.
Hide and seek.
Come back! It's in moments like these I thank myself for not having children.
Well, boo. We should take one of her dolls just as, Okay, sorry, that looked like a keyhole. One of her dolls is hostage, just to get her cooperation. However, now that she's not here...
I can't pry the fossil from the rock with my bare hands. The trowel is too blunt to chip away at the rock.
It's worth a shot. I doubt the hairpin would do it either.
The hairpin isn't strong enough to remove the fossil.
Okay, as long as we didn't break it. Alright, hide and seek.
Hey!
Oh, she's gonna go into that little animal hole, isn't she? Yeah, let's follow the child into the middle of the English woods.
Jane?
What could possibly go wrong?
Jane, get out of there. Don't make me come in.
No one there but
Fine.
hedgehogs.
Curses. The hole is too small for me to fit through.
Well, we got a matchbox. Can we smoke her out? Or we can make it larger.
I was always happiest with a trowel in my hand, uncovering hidden worlds within the earth itself, clod by clod. That should do it.
She seems quite happy with herself still.
Jane!
Oh, this is a good idea.
Jane?
Wait, we've got a matchbox.
Curses. The useless thing blew out.
Well, crap.
Jane, come out this instant. I can't see a damned thing in here. I need a light source.
Okay, maybe... I think we could have kept on going, but... Let's see if anyone here has a lantern. I think there was a lantern over at the blacksmith's. So let's check that before we fall down and have our own version of The Descent. I think that was the name of that movie. With the ladies going down like they were spelunking or something. And they were already previous residents. Aha!
Good day.
Yes?
Mr. Crozier, might I borrow your lantern?
Sorry, lass. I need it. My eyesight is not what it used to be. The extra light helps me see what I'm hammering.
I understand. Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
Alright, so that's a strikeout.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Where else have we seen a lantern? Maybe at the train station? We'll check in here, though, first.
There's nothing else.
Never mind. Into the room.
The candle has melted. It's not much use anymore. Perhaps Mr. Kemp will replace it this evening.
And us without matches. Great.
Thanks again for the ale, lass. Now leave me be.
I must say, last night has rather put me off using these toilets.
Okay, painting. Seeing if the game's going to give me any other option before I fall down into the dark. And we still got to get him drunk or get him away somehow. We'll head to the railway station. And if we can't find anything there, then we'll just keep on going down.
I have nothing else to ask for the time being.
Okie doke. Into the darkness it is. Unless we can find some... There wasn't a lantern out there at the moors. I don't think there was anything in the church.
Good day.
Yes?
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
I have one just like this.
Oh, okay. So maybe we need to go ahead and get our... I see.
Hello.
Good day.
Can I buy you another drink?
I suppose one more ale won't hurt. I shall take you up on your offer, Miss Bateman.
Let us make our way.
Get the lantern from our tools.
To think, if that station hadn't been built, we would never have met. Blessed be the Midland Railway.
Idiot!
Oh, they're gonna have a scrap.
That station is the worst decision this village has ever made!
Cyril Farnaby, a miserable man with miserable ideas. I will change your mind even if it kills me.
Stellar. Like how she just have a drink and quietly exit. I like that. Is that green stuff on the door? Okay, never mind.
I don't think anyone is home. Royal Mail, Postmaster's Residence. This must be the local post office.
Mm-hmm.
Locked, as expected. I need to get inside without attracting too much attention. Kenneth taught me this useful trick. A hairpin is much more than a hair accessory. A few wiggles and this lock should spring right open.
Love it. Ooh, I hear flies buzzing. That's not a good sign. And thank you for not giving me a lock-picking minigame.
I've snapped the hairpin in the process, but I managed to unlock the door. Let's open this envelope. There's a note inside.
Miss Bateman, I beg for your forgiveness. A matter of grave urgency has arisen in London and I cannot join you in Bewley. I've packed your usual equipment and pray you will find local assistance in my absence. I look forward to seeing you upon your return. Yours faithfully, Kenneth Murdoch. Alright, so we figured Kenneth was dead somewhere.
How very frustrating. I wonder what happened.
Or he still could very much
I'd better
be.
get this to the alley before Mr. Long comes back. Moving a fully laden crate through the village square was no easy task.
Especially quietly.
Somehow, no one was there to witness it. But I didn't give up, because I never give up, do I, Mother? I am as stubborn as my father, as you liked to remind me.
I love just the flashes back into action.
Wait. Where is my money? It's not in here. Kenneth, you absolute liability of a man. It looks like everything else is in here. Picks, specimen trays, shovels. Oh, my chisel, I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, my lantern. It feels light. There mustn't be any oil inside. I'll leave the rest in the crate. Stanley assured me things would be safe here.
Yeah, but now we gotta pay Stanley.
No money and no assistant. This is most inconvenient.
I love that absolute...
Still, I've been in worse situations. I've got a tab at the inn for now. I'll worry about money later. I must find that Barrow and get on with the excavation.
I love that absolute liability of a man.
I've had this for years. It's looking like it could break at any moment, really. I need paraffin to fuel my lantern. I'd rather not go into those horrible toilets again.
Okay. So let's go to the blacksmith. He has a lantern. He may have some paraffin for it. Seems like the most sensible thing. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Didn't mean to knock on the door there.
No one here.
I'd like to think all of these will be available during the market day, which is apparently tomorrow. Sir?
Look, we have the same lantern.
Aye, so we do.
Good day.
Yes.
I was wondering if you might be able to spare some lantern oil.
I don't have much to spare, lass. Paraffin is as rare as hen's teeth in these parts. How much coin do you have?
None, I'm afraid.
If you're in a bind, I can trade you a small amount.
A trade, you say?
Aye.
Oh, we already know what we gotta do.
What can I trade you for some lantern oil?
Surprise me.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Aye. Speak to you later.
You said surprise you. We're gonna surprise you with a nice little bit of blasphemy. Hope she's enjoying her time there in that, Oh wait, I was like, oh, they better let me get back here. He likes fossils.
Splendid. I've managed to extract it in one piece.
Waiting for the lightning flash. Thought it was going to be like that scene in The Mummy. You must not read from the book! Now let's see how he reacts. Let's see if he recognizes what we're about to hand to him.
Would you trade some of your paraffin for this fossilized ammonite, Mr. Crozier?
Now then, 'tis a beauty that. It looks familiar. I'll take it off your hands.
Wonderful.
Let me fetch some paraffin from inside. There you are.
Thank you, Mr. Crozier.
Now, we have collected the whole set, or at least he has. Wonder if something bad's going to happen to him. Okay.
I need paraffin to fuel my lantern.
Pour.
My lantern is fueled and ready for action.
Okay. No cakes, unfortunately. Time to head down below. We'll find a Balrog. We've dug too greedily and too deep.
Right. Let's put this lantern to good use.
I'm going to say I really like these puzzles, because one thing that sucks about some point-and-click games, and it's a feature, but sometimes they'll make the puzzles just very, hey, you got to take this to everyone. You don't know if they'll like it. But I like the fact that even with the fossil on hanging from the back of the blacksmith's house, you get that little, oh, we need to do this and this and this. I'm very appreciative of that. Okay.
Jane, come out at once.
As the heartbeat becomes more and more. Honey Badger don't care?
Goodness me.
Man, she can hustle.
Jane!
Silly, what are you doing in that smelly old badger's hole?
You were in there.
No, I weren't.
Yes, you were.
Not true. I was hiding behind that tree over there. I got bored of waiting for you.
So where can I find Hob's Barrow?
Go north from the church graveyard, up the hill. You'll see some muddy fields on the horizon. That's Mr. Bryden's farm. Hob's Barrow is there. Don't tell any grown-ups I told you. And thanks for getting Myrtle back.
My pleasure. Thank you, Jane. You've been a great help.
Now she's going to be She's going to be furious when she goes back to the stream and finds what we've done. All right, you gents are still here. North from the church graveyard. Well, we've got the tools. We've got the talent. Let's check and see if the father's home. Nope.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Hi. Oh. I was about to say, it is not time for another flashback.
You're coming with me, little fellow. I shall name you Kenneth. I've already taken one.
But Kenneth needs friends. Alright. I'm sorry, Kenneth, but we're gonna go on an adventure. Before we head over there, I want to see how the argument's going on over at the tavern. We'll see who won. Just out of curiosity. There's blood all over the floor.
I'll leave Cyril and Henry to their grand debate.
Oh man, Henry's like pointing the finger, and so is Cyril. At least Cyril's still sitting down.
I have not.
Okay, I was wondering if we could go into his house, but that might be taking it a little too far. Here we go.
As I trudged through the barren moors, with only the odd sheep for company, I reflected upon my visit to Bewley thus far. The enigmatic Mr. Shoulder and his puzzling disappearance. The townsfolk of Bewley, who had made it as difficult as they could for me to find Hobbs Barrow.
Some of them were friendly, though.
The suspicion, the wariness in their eyes. Only now I know it was actually fear. In the end, it was the innocence of a child, young Jane, that condemned me to my fate.
Thanks, Jane. Okay, so now we're at a house here in the middle of the moors. I don't know if I had mentioned this in this playthrough, but it's always something that I was very happy when I read it for the first time. When I'm always on a road trip, I think from when I was, a teenager onwards, and I live in the southwest United States, it's like Texas and Mexico, you see these houses that are out in the middle of nowhere, and I mean out in the middle of nowhere. There's not even any green. It's just, pasture or barren wasteland kind of in this area, like the oil patch. And I was kind of like, what kind of stuff happens at those houses? Like, all kinds of stuff could happen and no one would ever know. And I remember Sherlock Holmes was talking in one of their Conan Doyle stories about, like, when he saw these houses out on the moors just isolated, he always thought that those were nests of crime, and it actually kind of it made him very wary. So I was glad that I shared that kind of mentality with Sherlock Holmes. Okay, we got the gate. We don't want to be heading out into the gate until we see what else we got here. We got a bucket. We have... Oh. Black Phillip? Would you like to live deliciously? Alright, knock knock. Or wouldst thou?
What do you want?
My name is Thomasina Bateman. Mr. Bryden, I presume.
Aye? What do you want, lass?
I understand Hobbs Barrow is located on your land.
Oh, well, yes. Why'd you ask?
I am an antiquarian, Mr. Bryden. I'm writing a volume on the Barrows of England.
Oh, I suppose you'll be wanting to dig about it.
If at all possible, Mr. Bryden. I was invited to Bewley by Mr. Leonard Shoulder, who told me such an excavation would be possible.
Leonard Shoulder? Ha! I haven't seen him in years. The last I heard he were on death's door. There's to be no more digging there, lass. Not since it went so badly last time.
Ooh.
Was there a previous excavation of Hobbs Barrow?
Aye. Me brother dug it up. Must have been, 25 years ago. You see, whatever he found inside, well, it drove him mad.
Oh?
Aye. I moved back here to look after him. Poor bastard hanged himself not long after.
I'm sorry, Mr. Bryden. That's terrible.
Aye. Time passes, but it were an awful thing.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Bryden.
I live here with my wife, and I might be long in tooth, but I can still run this farm without too much help.
Is your wife home?
She's out in fields, lass, pulling weeds. The curse of such fertile soil. 40 years we've been married. I couldn't do it without her, you see.
How splendid.
Aye, my wife is a fine woman. Are you married, lass?
No. I've had my fair share of proposals, Mr. Bryden, but that's not the life for me.
Marriage is an important institution. You'll find a man one day.
I manage rather well without one, Mr. Bryden. What did your brother find?
Samuel. Samuel were his name.
Sorry, what did Samuel find in the barrow?
I don't know. But something went wrong. Afterward, he could barely speak. You couldn't make out a word, like.
That must have been hard.
You lost a hand in that excavation too, you know.
Goodness me, how?
I try hard not to speculate on what might have happened, lass. I'd see him disappear into that barrow, dragging timber in with him. You'd hear him hammering away for hours. I offered him help, but he'd have none of it. Soon enough, he blocked the entrance off. To look at it now, you'd never know the thing we dug up. The land has reclaimed it.
Reminds me of, in the strange case of Charles Dexter Ward, when all those people go to Joseph Kerwin's farm to get rid of him, and something happened, and you never even find out in the book what it is, because they all come out so freaked out that they swear an oath of silence, and no one ever writes about it.
Who else was involved in the excavation?
2 others, I believe. Outsiders, perhaps. I can't say for sure. I think they left town pretty swiftly afterwards. I lived in Bakewell at the time. I only moved back here to look after Samuel. I took over the farm when he passed away.
I see. What can you tell me about your farm?
Samuel's fair to side. We're a fortunate family. The soil is fertile here. Crops grow without too much trouble. All the other farmers round here raise livestock, even Lord Panswick. We grow feed for them.
Most fortunate, Mr. Bryden.
And hopefully profitable.
You haven't seen Mr. Shoulder for some time?
I hear about him now and then, but it must be a good few years since I set eyes on him.
He hasn't been here to visit Hobbs Barrow?
Not to my knowledge. I heard he's beset by ailments. Don't leave his home often.
How odd. I assumed he'd spoken to you about my visit.
Not at all.
What can you tell me of Lord Panswick?
He keeps us going. Most of our crops go to feed his animals.
What is he like?
Oh, I've hardly laid eyes on him. He sends his workers here to pick up the crops.
I see.
As long as those checks keep clearing.
You say Mr. Shoulder is at death's door. What exactly ails him?
I'm unsure. It's just what I've heard. I wouldn't want to speculate on matters that are not my business.
Mr. Bryden, may I please have your permission to excavate Hobbs Barrow?
No. Have you not been listening, lass? Samuel found something in there that's best left to rot. No digging here, lass.
Ooh, we gotta be careful here.
Wouldn't you like to find out more about what Samuel found in there?
Perhaps. But Samuel boarded up that barrow for a reason. You don't want to tempt the same fate, lass.
Perhaps I can at least see Hobbs Barrow.
I suppose you've come a long way to be here, lass.
All the way from London, Mr. Bryden.
Have you any proof of all you've told me?
You wish to see proof of what, Mr. Bryden?
I can't let any Tom, Dick or Harry wander around me fields. What proof have you of your claims?
You wish to see...
I can't... What proof have...
Okay, looks like we have to provide some proof.
Thanks for your time.
Ta-ra now.
Interesting. Oh, we have the letters. But you know what? I guess we'll go ahead and present them to Mr. Bryden in the next episode. I'm still really enjoying this. I hope you all are too. If you guys like the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment. That'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.